going to play in college?
Yeah, probably D1.
That's cool for who?
Either North Carolina or Duke. Maybe Wake Forest or State if I have to. I'm not sure yet.
Are those coaches at the game today?
I don't know. I haven't talked to them yet. I'm only a junior.
So how do you know you can play for them?
They all sent me letters asking me to come to their camp so they could get a better look at me. So they definitely want me.
That sounds stupid. They probably just want you to come to their camp.
Plus my coach said it's an NCAA that period and they can't recruit me until after July 1st prior to my senior year.
That's stupid too. Of course they can recruit you. I have friends who are sophomores and are committed to schools already.
I'm not worried about it. My dad's buddy said I can play D1 for sure.
You are a tool. Did you even send them video?
No, I don't have any. I think my coach was going to get some and sent to some schools randomly.
That's a pretty stupid idea. I heard they get a lot of tapes sent to them.
I'm not worried. I was all conference.
You are a tool. Don't you think most kids who want to play in college were all conference in high school? Do you have good grades?
I have a 2.5, and that's all I need to be eligible.
You are getting dumber the more I talk to you. What if you can't get into a school with that? Or what if the coach prefers athletes with better grades?
But I'm really good. My mom says so.
Your mom is stupid too. Don't you even want to look at D2 and D3 schools?
I heard they suck. I'm pretty sure I could play at any D2 school that I wanted to.
You suck. You know there are like 15,000 high schools and 1,000 colleges, so only the best players in the country can play D1. Have you ever been to a D2 or D3 game?
No,
You suck.
I suck.
You suck.
Hello, how's everybody doing? No, I'm not stupid. No, This is Bebeto, your co-host for Chapter 27 of Meeting the Moines United Family. And today I have the honor to present Mr. Dan Rothert. How you doing, Dan?
Doing great. I'm doing great.
You think I can apply for college scholarship, soccer? No.
Yeah, you look like a perfect candidate.
No, no, I'm actually, I really suck, and I try to get my grandchildren to college and fill out all the applications wrong. And then I also did every single mistake that guy did over there. So we're gonna talk about that. Para toda la gente que está escuchando este podcast, no se vayan porque vamos a hablar cuál es la manera más importante y más fácil para que tu hijo pueda recibir una beca en colegio jugando fútbol. So no se vayan, ahí le ven papi chulo.
¿Cómo está, racita? Como les dice mi amigo el Bebeto, like Bebeto says, we got Dan Rothert. How are you doing today, man?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Dan Rothert, you were, we also have here the legend.
Co-host.
The guy.
Irma.
The soccer house guy.
Right.
Soon to be the Moines United Soccer House.
Yes.
We'll talk about that too. Co-host, Mr. Ermils.
Good to be here.
Head coach for the men's and women's Loras College for 20 years.
Yep, actually it's 22 for the men, 17 for the women. So, yeah, a lot of time at Loras.
22 for the men, 17 for the men, and that's already 30-some years.
39 seasons, right? Like, think about that. Think about how many games I coached.
Simultaneously,
Think about how many games I coached.
Simultaneously. So you started with men or women?
I started with men. I did both for 17 years, and my last 5 years, I became associate athletic director. I oversaw recruiting for the whole college athletic department. So then I just did men at that point.
Prior to that, you went to Davenport High School, and you also went to Loras. What position did you play there?
It's funny you ask, you know, and I tell the recruits about this all the time. I came in as a forward. I scored a lot of goals in high school, but it was 1992, right? I was the best athlete or whatever, you know, and I could outrun people. Not very good at soccer at that point, you know, but liked it a lot. I came to college and I looked around the first day and the forwards were really good, and I was like, but I'm better than that right back over there. And I went and told the coach, I said, hey, I want to be on the field, man. I can play right back. I've never done it before. But.
See, it's so funny you say that.
Mm-hmm.
There's players in our team. I mean, we got the Moines United.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to build a family. The project started about 3 years ago with futsal, and then we transitioned into outdoor with the UPSL. But we got about 40 some players, right? And there's certain positions where there's really good players that are very demanded, and you have like, there's like 5 guys in front of you.
Yep.
So your potential to play that position is just not there. So what advice do you give to those players? I mean, look for another position where there isn't as many. For example, what are we lacking in our team? That we have only a few.
I would say right now we're looking for our outside mids or outside backs. We got a lot of Brazilian, a lot of center mids,
Right.
So
I mean, that happens all the time in college. I think a lot of the coaches will recruit. In high school, you're the best player. You might be playing forward or center mid or things like that. But you're gonna go to college, and you're gonna be in a situation like mine. Like the coach might see you coming in as a right back or things like that. You guys got to be versatile, right?
You got to be flexible to moving
It's a
positions.
huge deal, and I think I tell this to kids all the time. Okay, I have prospects I work with that might play forward on their club or in the high school, but on their club they play center back or whatever. Love it because you're versatile, and so when you get to college, you have more options, and the coaches want a versatile player because of what you just said. They don't want to have a fifth man at holding mid. They want to have somebody.
Yeah, and you don't want them discouraged because it's gonna get to a point where the player's gonna be like, man, I only play like 2 minutes in the game, or I'm not even getting recruited. Well, look at all the 5 players that are holding your same position that have been there longer and have more experience. Then try to transition.
Be willing to be
another one.
versatile.
Try to
Be willing to learn. Right, like those 2 things, huge.
Exactly. Well, now you're in a new project, just like the Moines United. Number one, I'd like to welcome you to our family, our familia. Here at the Des Moines United family, our sponsors are our godparents. Our other soccer teams are our cousins, and organizations are our aunts and uncles. I'm not quite sure where to put you in, but
We'll talk about that. But
in the meantime, let's give them an official patch for the Des Moines United.
I'm aware all day today.
So now, the new company that you've had for about 10 months, which I think it's completely needed out there. And I don't know how many competition you got out there, but I think there's really a need for what you do. It's called Top Students Athletic Recruiting.
Yep, Top Student Athlete Recruiting.
Top Student Athlete Recruiting for 10 months. Tell us a little bit about that, and how did it get started? What is it about, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Talk to the guy.
I saw a need for this as a college coach, right? Like I saw kids make so many mistakes, like what kids there in the video, but I also just saw kids go to schools that I was like, what are they picking that school for, right?
More of an intimate touch in terms of the right fit.
And I'd be like, they're going there, but they could come to me, and we were competing for championships, and we were doing all these different things, and I'm like, but I don't get it like that, and then the financial aid thing, and not knowing how the whole thing worked. And so when I decided to get out of the coaching world, that was an area that I thought, I can make an impact here. I got to do some research. I got to do this right. I got to make sure that things are lined up the way I wanted to. I work with 90% soccer players. I do work with some basketball kids. I played some basketball in my day, so actually coached a little college basketball.
Were you any good at basketball?
I'm 5'9". Do you think I was good?
Wow, there's short players.
If I was 6'6", I'm in the NBA.
Yeah, but
I'm 290 pounds, and I'm a heck of a goalie.
If I'm 6'6", I'm in the NBA.
Brandon Ermos can vouch for that. Like, I'm a good goalie at 290 pounds. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I saw these mistakes, and I was like, you know what? I want to bring a different approach to this. Yeah, like you mentioned, there's it's a crowded space in the world. Like it's a crowded space, but I think the space doesn't have a lot of truth tellers in it. It doesn't have a lot of people who have had 20 plus years experience in college coaching on the other side of the table that can actually use my expertise, use my connections, and really tell them, really help find the right fit college for these kids. Academically, athletically, financially, socially, what's the best fit for you, right?
Yeah, and then on top of that, not only are you able to see what the best fit college-wise is, but you know exactly what those colleges are looking for. You also know the which player is the college right fit to.
Yeah, so I evaluate their play. Like I go see them play live. I get their film. You know, most of them I see play live. I have some kids around the country. I can't go see them play, but I get a ton of video on them.
Yeah.
You know, so I can really fit that player with the team, and I'm not going to throw that. You know, so I think I'm not just helping the players. I think I'm helping the colleges because I'm putting
definitely.
I'm putting good players that I think would be good fits for them, knowing their programs and their histories and what their needs might be. I'm putting them on the doorstep.
Yeah, we had Coach Rick a couple of days ago for our chapter 24, I believe. And we were talking about that. We were talking about the recruiting, you know, and what's his process. And he's like, well, sometimes it's kind of hard, you know, like, yeah, it's really easy to go to the state championship, but everybody's going there. So everybody's competing for the same players. And so typically, you know, we need to get a budget to be traveling, and there's only so far I can go. So having someone like you who's already doing that for a lot of different colleges and a lot of different players, it makes sense. It's like the best idea ever.
Yeah, I just you know, I send emails or call coaches every day, and I say, hey, I got this player. I think they're unknown. Nobody knows about them. I'm giving you first crack.
Yeah.
Right?
Now it's not the same, but like I used to do music since I was 6. Okay, and then I went to college and, you know, made my college through music or whatnot. And then I ended up working, and this is 20 some years ago, ended up working as an executive at a Hispanic record label, music.
Okay.
And 6 months into the record label, I made the decision not to be a musician anymore. And it's not because I did not love it anymore, it's because I found out, you know, like a lot of the times all these artists would just drop their demo to the record label and you'd be in a basket this full and nobody was really listening to that music. So I was like, man, that was me. Like I put that everywhere and these guys didn't even look at it. And then I would see guys like you, in this case, artist promoters that already got a reputation, that already had success presenting artists that became good artists, just bringing a couple of albums, handling it to the executives, and having them sit down and listen to it. I assume it's very similar.
Very similar. You're hitting around
in your case, you know, you got all these college students sending their applications, sending their paperwork, not even filled up right.
Yep.
You know, writing spelling is wrong.
Wrong coach's name. They put the wrong coach's name.
GPA.
On it, right?
Yeah. They put Rothert. You know, they put you know, everything it's backwards, and then you already know what to present, and they already know you bring good players. I assume the college.
Yeah. So that's the, you know, and that's that name recognition is getting out there that I'm doing this now, right? And I'm really, you know, been pumping it with the college coaches, with the high schools, with the clubs, things like that. But you know, I think as time goes on, I mean, I'm 10 months in, and I'm busier than I ever expected. And
like, what was your goal for the first year, and where you're currently at?
I wanted 30. I thought that would be a good goal. You know, 30 new clients, and I just didn't know how it was going to work. You know, I was jumping off a cliff in August, and like, okay, I'm just going to start this, and you know, my wife.
So you were pandemic. What do I do with my life?
You know, it's funny because you know, I didn't know Zoom has been huge, right? I have clients in San Diego, Wyoming, you know, Florida. Like, I've been able to find some other kids too, but word of mouth has gotten out. People tell me, you know a player. That player calls me. I start a conversation with the
parents.
Get
the video.
Yeah, and then it goes right. It starts snowballing, and then I get a player there. You know, or like in Jackson, Wyoming, I have 4 players in little tiny Jackson, Wyoming, because one player, you know, and they're using me, and then, oh, what are you doing? Oh, you're doing that? Okay, I need to talk
word of mouth. That's the best promotion.
Yeah, so it's in 10 months' time, word of mouth has taken off, and I expect it will continue that way.
Now, by the way, clients are really the students.
Correct.
But college are potential clients too. Like, I assume there's clients or professional soccer teams like the Moines United that might
you'll benefit from it. You're going to benefit from it, right? Because I have a player that needs a place to play in the summer, you know,
exactly.
Or I have, you know, a kid who's a perfect fit for your college. Like, it's a benefit.
Are you focusing 100%? It is called top students, so you're focusing 100% on colleges. You're not
Yes.
focusing like recruiting for the Menace or recruiting for anybody.
No, I mean, no, but I think that would be part of it, right? Like, okay.
That could be another branch.
Yeah, I mean, and it wouldn't be hard to add that piece, right?
Definitely.
Or that kid needs this in the summertime. You know, that's part of it. I'm trying to prepare them for college. I mean, I give them my own summer workout plan, right? I'm like, you need to follow my plan. Here you go. You want to get ready? You want to be ready in August?
Yeah.
You better do this.
Definitely.
Like, I promise you, my summer workout plan that I had
If they follow it.
is way above if they follow it,
Yeah.
right? But is way above par. You know, I want these kids to succeed. I want to see them land in a great spot where they can succeed, and those things are important to me. So yeah, if they find a place at Des Moines United, like that's
Yeah, they want to continue.
Or vice versa. We have like 3 high school students, and we have a lot of college students.
Yeah.
People that haven't gone to college.
Yeah.
That are looking for an opportunity. Maybe that'd be an opportunity for you to look at them and see if there's material that you don't have. Para toda la gente, I'm gonna switch to Spanish a little bit because I think this is really important for the Hispanic community. Para toda la gente que no habla el idioma inglés, que habla español, en este momento estamos con Dan Rothert. Él tiene una agencia que se llama Top Student Athlete Recruiting, o sea, estudiantes buenos, reclutamiento atlético de estudiantes para colegios, ¿ok? Él se encarga básicamente, o sea, si tú tienes a tu hijo que sabes que es bueno para jugar fútbol o cualquier otro deporte, pero en realidad fútbol, y sabes que es bueno, pero no tienes idea cómo llenar la aplicación de Financial Aid, cómo llenar las becas, cómo aplicar, cómo mandarle el video correcto a los coaches, cómo asegurarte que tu hijo sea exitoso en el colegio. Porque no es nada más ser buen jugador. I mean, you could be a good player. No es nada más ser buen jugador. Pero tienes que saber mercadear a tu hijo para que esté en el lugar correcto. Y una persona como Dan Rothert, que ahora es parte de la familia de Moines United, te puede ayudar con eso. O sea, simplemente es juntarse con él, crean un plan de acción, él figura qué video utilizar, qué aplicación llenar, a qué colegio ir y todas esas cosas. I'm basically telling our Hispanic community that you're the one-shop place that makes sure that you're sending the right video, you're sending the right application, you're sending the right thing, and you already know what colleges are.
And I will mention, if a family does want to meet with me, I do have a friend of mine who will help interpret and work with me. So.
Okay, excellent. Actually, Sebastian here could interpret.
I know. I could have Sebastian come over and help me.
Tell us a little bit. So it's going really good. How many of your clients or students have landed opportunities already?
Yeah, so starting this year, right? I only had about 10 seniors sign on with me. They've all landed. Well, actually, one is signing today, I believe. He's signing with a Division II in Alabama. He wanted to go south, so so excited for him. So I think they've all landed. They've all gotten great opportunities. They've all saved a lot of money through the financial aid process and me helping them through that piece. So I think, I'm just excited that really juiced me up, So we went, a while, and then all of a sudden they started signing and landing at their places, and I'm like, now I'm pumped, right? Because I see it for them.
Now, do you plan? This just kind of reminds me to that old movie with Tom Cruise and
Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it in your business plan to continue making sure that your recruiter, your client, continues being successful in that college that you recruited them to?
Yes, sir.
So there's like a follow-up situation.
I'm gonna follow up. I will track them. And to be totally upfront about it, they're a client for life. So let's say this college doesn't work out. You can come back to me. I'm not gonna charge you again.
Okay.
And we'll figure this out.
We'll try to figure, because maybe you didn't find the right fit.
Yeah,
you
maybe.
thought it was the right fit, but then
that's gonna happen.
That happens. Yeah.
Is that gonna happen? Sure, that's gonna happen, right? Like that's the truth.
Maybe you get a Brandon Ermel's coach that doesn't take care of the students.
Or they didn't tell you
about the student.
They didn't tell you they had 2 6'6" center backs in front of you, right? Like, right? Like it's gonna happen, or the coach leaves, or whatever. And
a coach that doesn't want to drink with them when they want to drink.
That's right. You don't want to do that.
Tell us, Brandon. I mean, you've been a coach. One of the things we've been talking. and we had an interview yesterday with a guy named Luis Arredondo who has a fellowship.
Christian Athletes FCA.
Christian Athletes FCA, and we were talking how coaches become a parent figure in a team. You know, so it's really important. It's like I see his job like, you know, one of those foster recruiting agents that puts the foster kid with the right parent. You know.
Well, he just said he's sending a kid down to Alabama.
So if you have a kid, you know that Brandon Ermos does this and that, and his way of, that's the type of feed. That's how detailed you can get that going. Tell us a little bit about your experience as a coach.
So I've only been my 10 years of coaching, which is half what coach here has experienced. We see tons of stuff fly off across our desk in terms of players from all over the country from these big recruiting agencies that don't have any intimate feel. If I get a phone call from Dan Rothert, I'm going to trust. I know that he knows what he's talking about, and I know that he knows what my program's like, and so that means a lot more. And I think that kid's at the top of the list because I know, hey, I trust Dan.
It was regarding you trust him. He's already did 70% of the job.
He's been doing this. Yeah, he knows exactly like what we're looking for and what it's going to sort of take to this level. So for me, it's important that his network that he's been able to establish and just grow the soccer community.
If you want to get a hold of Dan, you can email him to topstudentathlete@gmail.com.
So long. Yeah,
we're working on rebranding his marketing strategy.
Yeah, top student athlete recruiting at Gmail.
Tsar@gmail will be available.
Yeah, we'll make sure.
We'll make sure that happens. Now that he's part of our familia,
We'll improve that.
both with La Buena and the Moines United TV, we're gonna put our brains together to see how to better market it.
I do have an email, I think, but I have an intern, so that's great. I have an intern working.
You know what would be a good email? Dan@gmail.com.
I wonder if
You think that's taken?
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll get it going.
Okay, but top student athlete recruiting@gmail.com. Or you can call him at 515
No, 563.
563, sorry. 564-6122. 563 564-6122. 563-564-6122. 563-564-6122. Ahí puedes encontrar a Dan Rothert. También su webpage es topstudentathlete.recruiting.com. They can get all the information there.
And then you want to talk about your ID camp you got coming up?
Yeah, it's great. I am having an ID camp in this area. So I had my first one back in December in the Quad City area.
How was that like? A lot of kids showed up?
We had 100 kids and we had 40 college coaches.
Wow.
So great.
100 kids and 40 college, like two kids per college.
Yeah, right. So like the numbers, you do the math, right? Really good.
Crazy.
Really good numbers on that. And part of it is my connections. Part of it I think was timing, pandemic, all these different things. But I think it went really well. We had kids from all over Iowa and Illinois. A couple from Wisconsin come in. So I'm going to do one Friday, July 9th in Ames. It's actually on
which are the ones coming up? You got
July
one
9th. Yeah, the summer skill one's just one I do with my local kids in Dubuque. But
Summer Soccer Showcase Camp.
Yes, boys and
July
girls.
9th.
Boys and girls, July 9th. It's run simultaneously, but different, obviously, right?
What are the age groups? What age?
Typically high school. Typically if you're entering freshman year, I think it's okay. Typically high school. We have a few junior college kids that might show up.
So do colleges start looking at players from freshmen and kind of look at their career or kind of make a commitment right on freshmen?
No, I wouldn't make a commitment. They'll start tracking you. They'll start tracking you, but especially on the girls, especially on the women's side, at some of those levels, you'll start getting tracked at your freshman year. Boys is a little bit later, but at the same time, they'll start tracking you.
Gotcha.
So we start. I have some 9th graders. I have some 8th graders that even work with me.
So that's July 9th in Ames. Where specifically in Ames is that going to be at?
It's Iowa State. So we are
Iowa State at the main campus.
Yep, on the main campus at their old game field. But it's a great little setup.
Yeah.
So they have to go through the webpage, register there. Can we go through the registration process there real quick? Let's say Sebastian is looking to join.
Yeah, click on more info down there. Yeah, that's fine.
So you click on that.
I'll show you a bunch more.
And then
we have 100 spots, right? So 100 spots for males, 100 spots for females.
Sign-up fee is very, very affordable.
Yep.
$150.
Yep. I see a lot of camps out there charging way too much, so I want to make it affordable for people. College coaches will register, and they have been registering. They go through the process, and we'll get in front of college coaches, and
then where do those sign up in that specifically? So you get the ticket. When you get the ticket, you pay for it.
You got to put a 1 on there, right? You got to put a 1 on there, and then you get the ticket.
Mr. Luz Arredondo, how are you? Oh, come on in, Luz.
And then
This is Don Rothert. He's another one. He's another one of our members of our family. He's the one I told you from the fellowship Christian athletes.
Excellent.
are you guys
He's a coach. He's actually a coach. He has an agency called Top Student Athletes Recruiting,
Oh, awesome.
dealing with recruiting.
Well, that's why I came. I wanted to hear more about what's happening.
yeah,
and see
for
if
sure.
I also coach high school.
Yeah, what's
So
cool?
I know some athletes with that.
Oh,
there.
nice. Okay.
So,
sit down here.
I do some stuff with in the summer with high schoolers.
Good.
And we've been talking about doing some kind of college.
Right.
What-
Well, let me know how I can help, man.
Balancing,
Jeez, look at
man,
that
balancing. He's a huge community leader, specifically the Hispanic community. He helps a lot of different colleges too, and high schools. He's a coach for this high school.
Okay.
See, this is the show here. It's the Des Moines United family. So like in any house, sometimes
my
you
thing,
have a guest.
man.
I prepare a
Perfect.
meal with my aunt, and then my uncle shows up.
Yeah.
You invite him to the
Perfect.
table to have dinner. You know what I mean?
I'm all about meeting people and
then
seeing
we're
how
gonna-
we can help each other, right?
We're gonna go to showing off my kids to the uncles here. So I'm gonna
Please do.
invite you as uncles to our game on Monday night.
I got a question. Who wears it?
Well, my name is Kuka, if you really need to know. And I called your agency the other day, and some lady answered the phone and said that I have good potential to be recruited. What do you think, sir?
Oh, I think, you're probably pretty fast. Got some wings.
I'm a little bit fat. I'm a little bit fat, but I can fly.
No, his name is Cuco.
You're funny.
He's our mascot. Let's have our midfielder invitation there. I know it's kind of cut off, but that's Guga.
Mario.
See, technical difficulties.
I like this show. It's like we can have technical difficulties.
Alright guys, toda la raza. My name is Gustavo de Souza. I'll see you guys on June 10th against Des Moines Menace. Come support us.
There you go. That's our midfielder, Guga. And we also want to show you one of our forwards, Renato Firmento. And he's also inviting people.
Yeah, you click on the right. There you go.
And you might want to put the camera there. I think you're showing us the audio.
Hola a todos, gustaría invitarlos al partido de Des Moines United contra el Des Moines Menace. Va a quedar un partido buenísimo. Véganos a apoyar el jueves a las 7 de la noche en Valley Stadium. Nos vemos, dale, gracias.
See, one thing we do here, we make our English-speaking players speak Spanish.
Good for you, man.
Isn't that a good?
I think it's great. Honestly, like I told you, we had a lot of that connection in my time at Loris. Like I got that going, and
Yeah, you told me you had a lot of Colombian.
yeah, I Colombians, and I got a lot of Latino kids that from Chicago and places like that. That came over and played for me, which was great.
And I missed this, but how long were you at Loris for?
22 years.
22 years?
Yeah.
So,
50 years. How many championships? You said
Which,
4, 5.
I won 22 conference championships.
22 conference championships. So he knows what he's talking about when he's
at Loris?
No.
Because I played at Simpson in 2000, 2001. I thought we were.
Yeah, so that was maybe your. So after that, my women's team. That was when my women's team started the trend, and then about 05, my men's team took crazy. We went to the Final Four 5 times. So I was there in '98. I started in '98, and so yeah, you guys were good, man. I remember now. Now I got it.
I remember seeing you guys.
This guy.
Actually, Luis is. We have two main projects here at
and
the.
You're from where?
So I'm from Mexico, and when I was at Simpson, we had a couple Brazilian guys, Alex Fonseca and Fabiano.
Yeah, you guys had a great run there. That 01 team of yours was really good.
It was good.
I remember it. It was good.
I want to invite you to. He's got one, and we got another one under Des Moines United and La Cubana. We organize on a yearly basis what is called an entrepreneur trip. And the way that works is that every entrepreneur, like let's say you have a restaurant or a dealership or whatever, you sponsor a high school team. So last year we had 24 teams. The year prior we got about 12 teams. So it's been growing. Mm-hmm. This year we're gonna do it at the soccer house, at the Des Moines Soccer House, which we're remodeling and stuff. And it's a good opportunity too for showcasing because a lot of the high schools send their best players.
Expected. It'll probably be another year. I think they're retired. You know, it's older. And I totally respect it. So we moved to a soccer complex. We'll go back there. But that's just partnerships to keep costs down, right?
Partnership is what it's. I think the best marketing and the best promotions is relationships.
Yeah, for sure.
Like in our case, building the Des Moines United family. It's a lot easier to send a text to the leader of 800 player academy than doing a massive promotion in radio and TV, which is super expensive. It's better to build the relationships and benefit each other.
Right. Like, it's amazing. And
like in our case, he's trying to do something. He wants college coaches to go look at the players that he's helping.
And I know Southern.
And you are recruiting players, so it's like the best feed.
And I know Southern because I was trying to get DMAC to do an official team, so we can have like a stream of people from a young age. And like you said, the pay-to-play system in this country is just
right. Well, you'll love this. So like then we start talking to the content, and the kid who's working for me is a guy. He's now at the University of Tulsa. Rothert Perez. He's an assistant coach there. He played for me, and he started coaching for me while he was a student. You know Rothert? Have you met Rothert?
Yeah.
And then and so Rodell's coaching for me. Rodell's a dreamer. All right. These nuns. That's their mission. Is to help DACA and help immigrants, right? And so like all of a sudden we merge, right? Like now this convent and us and I have on our jersey a convent, right? Who has a convent on their jersey, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I do.
That's amazing.
Like I'm like,
you know what?
Ladies are the best.
It's funny you bring us to that. Let's put the poster for the event on June 12th. June 12th is going to be a really special day. June 10th is going to be our game with the Menace, but the June 12th is going to be a whole day activity with our Partners Pro Iowa. It's going to start on Saturday, June 12th from 11 to 2 p.m. It's going to be a family-oriented thing at the park. It's going to be the inauguration of the pitching cage. The mini pitch! Of the mini pitches that Kick It Forward and Pro Iowa are doing. So it's going to be the new inauguration of that. So it's a free event, food trucks, free face painting, balloon, animals giveaway, bouncing houses. And then everyone that goes to that block party is going to receive a voucher for a discount price to the doubleheader between Des Moines United versus Barrileros at 4, and then the Des Moines Menace versus Cal Valley at 7. And then we're going to do something really special too. Now that you talk about Dreamers, last year with our radio station we raised over $15,000 for scholarships. So on that day during the Des Moines United versus Barrileros halftime, we're gonna give away those $15,000 scholarships under Dream Iowa, which deals with DACA and Dreamers and all that stuff. So that's it's all cool stuff,
no.
So make sure you go. A toda la raza, lo tenemos en español también, lo podemos poner en español. A toda la raza, el junio 12, no se les olvide estar en Fiesta en el Parque, sábado 12 de junio de 11 a las 2. Va a haber camiones de comida, maquillaje para los niños, figurines, globos, sorteos, brincolines. Vas a poder recibir un cupón de descuento para los juegos de las 4 y 7 de la noche en el Valley Stadium entre Des Moines United y Barrilleros. Y también Des Moines United contra Cobb Valley, evento patrocinado por Pro Iowa, La Cubuena, Kick It Forward, Moscow Lighting. La verdad va a ser un espectáculo. Everyone is invited. You're invited. Are you going to be around for the Venice game? Or are you going back to the
I'm going back to Dubuque. We're going on vacation on the 12th. Man, too bad.
Okay.
I'll come back.
Okay.
I'll come back, man.
Well, definitely, we need to be.
We're gonna have something going on.
We're gonna have something
We're
going
gonna
on.
increase our family.
Increase our familia.
Yeah, I
that
love
is
this.
true.
So,
that is
so
right.
something that I think we can work a lot together that you mentioned is that pay to play. So as you know better than us,
yeah,
is that most of the recruits for colleges are all from the club teams, the ones that can pay to play at those high level clubs. So what I'm trying to do is support the more of the grassroots. Like
That's
in
great.
our countries, in Latin America, it used to be all grassroots. Brazil used to be good when they were recruited straight from the streets, and now they're.
I love it.
But what we're trying to create here is a place where in every neighborhood, like in our countries, everybody in our neighborhood, you play in your own neighborhood. You don't have to travel to West Des Moines or the suburbs to play. So,
No, I completely agree with this.
The good thing about that, what we need is now a better way to get those kids that don't have a chance to play in the clubs to be looked at in the college level and potentially be products to go to college. You know.
Well, I love what you're saying, and I think, and you're right. And it's if you don't mind me jumping in, but
No. It's your.
You're exactly right. I think people that I tell kids, okay, you're using me, you don't need that. Like they're like, should I go play for this ECNL team and drive 3 hours from Dubuque? And I'm like, no, because you have me now, right? Like I'll get you in front of people. No, don't worry about that. Like, but so that's a big thing. My camp this winter that I ran, and I'm gonna run another one next winter. It was $50, right? I had 40. I was telling them I had 100 kids, 40 college coaches. Right, that's pretty good.
That's amazing. 100 kids, 40 college coaches. That's like a 2
that's
1.
unbelievable, right? So
Unbelievable.
like you get seen, right? And we get you in there, and to me, a kid who's playing ECNL and they're not gonna need me, right? Like that's fine.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's great players out there that don't get overlooked. That maybe Iowa's a flyover state, right? Like for recruiting, it just is. Let's get real.
Yeah.
That's overlooked. Don't know how to do it. Small town. I have a kid I just started working with. I made this film this week.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny little town in Iowa. Plays 4 sports. Does not play club soccer. Nobody knows about this kid. He's fantastic. He scored 40 goals, right? Like this year in high school, and 1A soccer. Nobody's gonna know about him. Now they're gonna know about him. Right?
Another thing that happens to this also from kids with colleges, some people are having a hard time recruiting. The numbers are going down.
Yeah, right.
So if
Opportunities are less.
Right. If we have more kids here that qualify for loans and for financial loans, the college, it's actually, they're trying to recruit more diverse students. So we recruit students from the city of Des Moines, the new immigrants from all over the world. The college is actually gaining that.
Yeah, they do. They want that. They want that. They want the diversity. They want the college.
See, I mean, it's not everybody knows it. I mean, in Latin American countries, you're born with a ball on your feet. In your feet, I mean, it's the sport.
But yeah, you're hitting it right on the head. So when I was at Loras, my culture shifted, right, as things changed at the college. So, early on it was, the white kid that played club soccer everywhere, things like that. The last 4 or 5 years when I was there, I had a lot of Latinos from more inner city places that weren't, not on big clubs, things like that, because of what you just said.
Right.
There was a ton of scholarship money for them.
Right.
And they could go to Loras for a really good price compared to maybe, and we were a Catholic school, we had I helped start a Dreamer program, all these different things where I could get those kids that nobody else could get. And they're fantastic players, and I'm going to go for those kids and give them opportunity, and they're going to get a great opportunity. It was a win-win.
So, out of your 60 clients, students, how many are Iowans? And I'm from
Ooh,
Iowa.
that's a great question. So I have my camera over at the girls' state tournament right now. I have 6 girls playing in the final 2014.
2014. Okay.
That's a pretty good ratio, right?
Yeah.
And then on the men's side, I think last Tuesday I had 7 or 8 playing. I have more than that they didn't make it.
That's just in the finals.
That's just in the finals, right? So
that's already 25% at least, 15, 16
pretty
players.
good, yes.
I had 3 kids on the Pleasant Valley team that won the state title, right? Like, so yeah, I'm in Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin. That was my recruiting area as a college coach, so that's very familiar.
As part of your agency, are you also open to a really good international student that's looking to get a student visa and come play for college here?
I've done it with 2 kids already. Yep.
You've done it with 2 kids from what countries?
I had an Irish soccer player I connected with, and he's actually going to school in Iowa, in Northwestern, in Orange City. He needed, and his situation was this: he had a budget.
Okay.
And
so you have to know.
With internationals, you need another budget because if you can't afford it, they can't afford it. He had a budget of X amount, and it was really like, oh man, this is going to be difficult because. He wanted a 4-year school. He did not want to go to junior college, and I get that. And it's funny. I was refereeing a soccer game. I referee a little bit. I was refereeing Clark University in Dubuque versus Northwestern.
Oh, wow.
Northwestern's got a pretty decent team this year, and they got some international kids. And after the game, I'm like, Coach, you got a kid for him. How much can you give a really good forward? He's like, from Ireland. He's like, I can probably get to this ballpark. I'm like, oh.
Wow. So you all those success stories.
And then I have a Peruvian kid. I got a Peruvian kid. And he's a basketball player, actually. And he is ending up at Lynn in Florida. And he got the presidential scholarship for like his academics. He's that smart. He's the best freshman coming in academically, right?
Para toda la raza que tenga, obviamente estamos acá, como les comenté, con Dan Rothert. También tenemos aquí a Luis Arredondo y a Coach Hermo. Estamos hablando sobre la oportunidad que existe y todos los pasos que hay que hacer para asegurarte que tu hijo vaya al colegio. La agencia que tiene a Dan, Top Student Athlete Recruiting, es una agencia que te ayuda específicamente a eso, a conectar al estudiante con el coach del colegio y que lo vean de la mejor manera. Él también está comentando que está abierto también. Por ejemplo, si tienes un pariente que jugó en las reservas del Santos, ¿no? O que sabes que es bueno, pero que quiere ir al colegio, él es la persona con la que hay que hablar para que te pueda agarrar alguna beca acá en Estados Unidos.
Sí, no es fácil, pero es posible, y si tienen buen inglés, porque tienen que hacer el examen de inglés. They
have to know English. A little bit.
They have to take the
to study. Yeah, you have to take the TOEFL.
You have to have
TOEFL score. It's called a TOEFL score. You have to get. Each school's a little bit different.
You didn't take the TOEFL?
I did not.
Pero él fue DMAC. En DMAC entras hasta
okay, DMAC.
Pero sí se puede. Hay muchas escuelas que andan buscando, y si tienen esa experiencia jugando como el Santos. Tengo un primo en Liberty University. From my hometown. My cousin played at Liberty. Same situation, that he played really in a really good club or semi-pro, but you're not supposed to put that in your application.
Every school is a little bit different. So like, you
every
can
division.
You can find schools too that will just say like, talk to our admissions guy, and if your English is good enough to let you in, right?
So every division, NAIA, Division 1, 2, 3, they all have different regulations.
Okay.
That's a big thing you gotta know, right?
Una vez más, Dan Rothert. ¿Quieres saber de él? Marca el 563-564-6122, 563-564-6122, 563-564-6122, or you can email him directly to topstudentathleterecruiting@gmail.com. Puedes mandarle email a topstudentathleterecruiting@gmail.com. Tu mejor opción. Now we're gonna go to our final. You guys have any final thoughts that you want to say before we go to our next activity? It's our last
¿En
activity.
español o en inglés?
However,
yo lo que quiero, vine aquí porque quería conocer a Dan y hacer lo que él está haciendo aquí en Des Moines. Nos falta más de estos programas para nuestros estudiantes en Des Moines. I just said that I would love to learn more what you're doing so we can try to implement that kind of
maybe this is a future partnership going on.
No, I like this.
Where you guys could work together, we can all work together towards the same goal.
No, that's it, man.
That's
it. I love
all
partnerships. I love helping people. I love making those connections.
And if we could have all those recruiting events at the soccer house,
of course,
soccer house, that will, and we promote it with La Chibuena.
Yes.
And then all those recruits go to our games for the Moines United. It's a win-win for everybody. That's how we roll. Okay, the next activity, it's a soccer match. We typically do it 1 versus 1 with the
coach. No, you stay in. I want to see.
No. Today we're gonna change it. It's the first time. Number 27 is my lucky number.
Oh wow.
It is my lucky number. That's my birthday. That's the birthday of my grandpa. That is when I used to be a goalie. 27 was my lucky number.
27
I was goalie.
Unique.
I was actually in the reserve. Until 12 at Pumitas, which is at Pumas Academy in Mexico. I was really good at it.
That's a good thing.
But anyways, so 27. So it's gonna be we're gonna change a little bit our game in here. Okay. So instead of playing with one player, we're gonna play with 2 players. So Sebastian is gonna be on Dan's team. We typically play with 2 fingers. In this case, each player is gonna be way too many hands on the board. So you're gonna play with 1 hand. In your case, you're gonna be a lefty or righty, whatever.
Lefty. I'm a righty.
You cannot, since you cannot put your hands above the line because it will be an offside. You cannot have your hands inside the square because it'll be considered a penalty. We'll have to do a penalty shootout. You have to pass the ball. You have to pass the ball. You have to pass the ball at least 3 times, if not 4. You can get as fancy as you want, and you guys have to communicate each other. So you're gonna be playing with 1 hand, so you need to pass it to him. You need to communicate with him. Pass it to me.
So I had to be
to the right, to the left.
I got it.
You can pass it here and then shoot from here, or pass it to the middle, shoot from there. It's harder than you think.
You're lefty though, right?
At least 3.
3 passes.
But you know what? Let's up. Since we got pure experts here, we're gonna up it to 4 passes to show
Coaches though, not the.
to show
I want to
possession.
say something early here. Like we have a tactical advantage because I see Ermos. He's a right-sided player. Playing on the left.
Yep.
We're gonna smoke him.
I'm gonna cut in.
Oh, really? Are you lefty or right? Right-handed?
Yeah, this right-sided. He's gonna try to cut in, but in
Okay,
midfield, that's a counter-attack.
you know what?
waiting to happen.
Ermos has played in.
We in
To
there.
be honest with you,
He might have a better shot at.
Doubts.
He might be a better goalie in this situation, but you can't go in the box, right?
No, can't defend.
So we're gonna get started. We're gonna put some.
Base of 5. First to 5.
No, first to do 3 goals.
3 goals.
3 goals is good enough.
Minimum of 3 passes.
Minimum of 3 passes. No, actually, minimum of 4 passes.
All right.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 shoots.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, your goal is not gonna count.
Okay,
If you don't pass it, if you don't show possession, it's not gonna count.
All right, let's get it. So we start with the ball.
I'll
look at
right? Why don't we do it like in like when you play dodgeball? Whoever grabs it first. Okay, put it in the middle.
Hit the wall, dude.
Put it in the middle. We're gonna count to 3.
Ready?
Whoever grabs the ball first
Let's start back here.
gets it. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Empieza el partido. 1, 2, 3, 4, shoot. Oh. Communicate. 1, 2, 3. No! Doesn't count. 4 passes and shoot.
4 passes.
Doesn't count. 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Oh gosh.
4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh! 1-0. I got the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no. 1.
My bad.
2, 3, 4. Nope, doesn't count. 1,
What are you talking about?
3, 4.
It is a 4 pass.
5. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The Elasco. Head cross. Back to you. I haven't won yet.
Outside.
Final score. Top student athlete recruiting wins 3-2. How does it feel to be a loser one more time?
You know what? I've got mental toughness. I'm just gonna keep going until I finally succeed.
Yeah, you need to start practicing with your.
Yeah.
Maybe
I told you, wrong sided.
Yeah.
Wrong
Yeah,
sided. I knew
right.
going in.
Wrong-sided.
What about
I
you?
mean,
Just tried with my left.
I saw some good technique. I saw some good back passing and all that. Your position was definitely there. What do you think about this win, Dan?
I knew when Sebastian joined my team, it was over.
Yeah.
Would you ever recruit Irmo's fingers for any of your colleges?
His question, his fingers maybe. His coaching, I don't know. He was again, he's playing himself on the left side as a righty. Come on.
We're limited to what we have available.
And you can't cross half field, so you're gonna cut across and get counted on all day. So sorry, man.
What do you think about your partner?
I mean, he goes to Loris, so I can't. I say he's great.
Ooh, all right. Listen, coaching for the Moines United, he's great. Any comments, Luis?
No fue penal.
No fue penal.
It's Mexico.
No fue penal. Well, I think it was a great show. Once again, big shout out to Coca-Cola Atlantic Bottling. You're looking for a job, type the word jobs to 63337. Cap. Big shout out to Nike. Forza Football Fitness. Great place to.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, today the Moines United practices there.
Yep, 8 o'clock will be there tonight.
Big shout out and big invitation for our June 10th event against the Menace. It's going to be a historic event. It's going to be something that you cannot miss. We're going to have 2 academies playing against each other, 6-year-old kids, together with our mascots.
Yep.
At 5:30. It's going to be a great event on June 10th against the Menace. Big shout out to United, Jayhawks, Dream Iowa, Unidos por la Esperanza, Kick It Forward, Pro Iowa, big supporters for the Des Moines United. LaCubuena.com, download your app for LaCubuena.com. Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody?
Here's the Moines Pro.
And now our new member of our family, top student athletes recruiting. If you really want your son to go to college, get scholarships, be recruited for colleges, do it the right way, and call our relative here, Dan. Call him at 563-564-6122, 563-564-6122, parte de la familia de Moines United. Thank you for being here, Dan. Thank you for being here, Coach.
Thanks, Bob.
Luisito.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for inviting me.
Very good.
Brandon,
See you on chapter 28. Can we end the show with a spot for the Menace game, please?
Yeah. It's gonna be a matter of to see if this is the things of being producer and being
champion.
Champion.
Yeah.
Champion.
gotta multitask.